Okay, so on today's episode, or this episode, not today's, we're going to be showing you how to make an epoxy coffee table. This is ash slab. I got it out of my neighbor's yard actually, for free. Just had to cut it out myself. This is for him. He special ordered it. As you can see, there are broken glass pieces in there from a green glass bottle. That is a bottle that was actually in the tree. It was in this crack over here. When I was cutting with the chainsaw, I had to cut through the bottle. Very fun. So I don't know if I'm doing it the right way, the wrong way, but we'll take an adventure and see how it goes. So this is our slab that we're using. Just bandsaw cut ash. You can see there's been quite a bit of rot going on. These are my other 4 slabs I have. If anybody would want a coffee table, I can hook you up. None of them are ordered yet. I got a bandsaw cut, let it sit for about 4 months, maybe 5. Then I got it kiln dried to make sure all the bugs and stuff were dead in it. On this one, you can see there's some lines going across. There's a burn mark. That's from the router. I used the router with the router sled to level both sides. As it air dries, it will warp some ways. So I leveled it all up. Last night I came down. I got everything siliconed around it. How to keep the epoxy from sticking to the base? I just take my sheet of plywood and wrap it in packing tape. It's pretty effective and pretty cheap. Most of the time when I'm epoxying, I would clamp the wood down. I did not in this case. I don't know if that's going to be a mistake or not. I feel like the weight of the top should be enough. Tonight I'm just going to be pouring 2,000 milliliters of epoxy to get the top. I actually have the top on the bottom side so that all the surface cracks and everything fill up with epoxy. So when I flip it over and sand it down, I won't have any kind of actual cracks in the wood and it'll all be perfectly smooth. I'll put a time lapse of me pouring the epoxy, 2,000 milliliters. I'm using Baltic Day Crystal Blue for the color. It's a coffee table going to my cousin and his wife that just recently got married. Should be fun. Alright, so for my setup here, I have Dr. Crafty hardener and resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. I got it on Amazon. It works pretty good, I think. I'll be doing 500 milliliters of each, mixing it into my tub in 1,000 milliliter batches with the Crystal Blue from Baltic Day. I'll do 2 batches of 1,000 milliliters. I think I have everything set up, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, so there it is. We got the blue epoxy poured down in there. Very nice color. I like it. I think this is going to pop really nicely with the epoxy. The ash, I mean. So I'll bring you guys back after we get the bottom of it poured. Since it's colored on top, I'm just going to fill the bottom with clear epoxy, just mainly to give it strength. so that it won't crack or break over time, especially this big crack here, to give that more structure, more durability, because it was starting to crack down yonder. That whole chunk kind of wanted to really wobble and almost break off. So we'll definitely fill it all in with clear epoxy on the bottom and then flip it over and see what it looks like.